Halacha number 32 on page 52. One should hear the shofar only from a Baal Tokea, a person who's blowing, who's fluent in the halachot of shofar blowing. 33. Before you say the brachot and the tkiyot, one should clear his throat and blow his nose so he doesn't have issues during the blowing. If one needs to use the bathroom between the first set of blowing and the second set of blowing, you're allowed. And you're allowed to say even asher tzar. It's not considered hifsek. 36. Ideally, only one person should blow shofar for the congregation. 37. If a Baal Tokea started to blow, but wasn't able to blow the tkiyot, someone could take over. One should set aside a potential substitute. 38. The universal custom is to blow minimum 30 blasts. So we have tekiah, shvarim teruah, tekiah 3 times, 12. Tekiah, shvarim tekiah, 9 notes. Tekiah, teruah, tekiah, 3 times equals 9 notes. Together, 12 plus 9 plus 9, minimum 30. But the custom is to blow 100. How do we get to 100? Because we do 3 times, 3 sets. We do 30 by the first brachot. Then we do 30 in the silent Amidah. Then we do 30 in the Chazarah. And then we do 10 in the last Kaddish. Right? Good. What's the Tekiah? Tekiah is 2. Then we have Shvarim. 2, 2, 2. And then we have Teruah. Yeah, 2, 2. And then Tekiah at the end. 2 again. Okay. But each of these has halachot. There's special halachot, right? The Rambam says that we lost over the exile what is the true blowing of the shofar. So therefore we do so many different types and different combinations in order to make sure we cover all bases. So number 40. Each blast, yeah, go ahead. You want to ask something?
When you mean like they lost, what does that mean?
Means that this is something that they did every single year, but due to the exile and people being displaced,
They stopped doing it?
and people either they stopped doing it for a year entirely, or they were not access to learned people who remember properly what the halacha is. So different customs started in different regions because people remember the mitzvah differently, and therefore, since there's so many different opinions, by when you fast forward after many years of exile, so therefore we actually already don't really know, don't even remember which one it is. So therefore, we do more than one type in order to cover the bases. Now, each shofar blast needs a tekiah before and a tekiah after. The question is the middle one. What's the middle one? What's the proper middle one? So therefore, that's why we do so many. Each blast consists of units called terumitin. The number of terumitin are as follows. The teruah blast consists of 9 terumitin, which are essentially 9 short sounds. You hear this? So you have to have teruah, 9 short blasts. Okay, so let's do it slow. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh, that's 10. So let's do 9, right? Again. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's it. If you do that fast, so you get 9, but it has to be 9. That's called 9 terumitin. Okay. The shvarim is 3 sounds. It cannot be no less than 3 terumitin each, and not more than 9 terumitin. So the shvarim has to be just as long as the teruah. So how long does it take to do 9 short blasts? Maybe let's say 1.5 seconds. So the shvarim has to be just as long as the teruah. So you have to do See, so it takes the same amount of time as the teruah. Okay, Tkiyah in Tashrat is at least 18 terumitin long. The Tkiyah, let's say you have Tashrat. Tashrat is Tkiyah, Shvarim, Teruah, Tkiyah. Right?
So the first blast has to be the same amount as the second two.
Yes, exactly. So my Tkiyah has to be longer. You have to be You have to make it long enough to match the middle two. The Tekiah and Tashat and Tarad is 9 terumitin long. So let's say when you do Tekiah, Shvarim, Teruah, so you only have to do the 3 blasts in the middle. So your Tekiah can be shorter. Your Tekiah can be only 9 terumitin long, right? The custom of most Sephardim is to blow a simple 2-2-2 sound. Baghdadian Jews have the custom to blow a lu sound. You know who does this? Upstairs in Slichot, we have a guy who does this. What's his name? There's a guy who blows shofar every Slichot. He has a little shofar. Yeah, he does the lu. And Temanim have a custom of blowing a hu sound. Okay, but we do. 42. One should not blow more than 3 blasts for Shvarim, but if he did, he fulfills his obligation. This is unlike the 9 blasts for Teruah, which one may even initially blow the more than 9. So it doesn't have to be specifically 9. It can be more than 9, but the 3, those specifically, you should do 3. Okay, the 3 sounds of Shvarim and the 9 sounds of Teruah must be blown in one breath. A person cannot blow 2. You can't do that. It has to be all in one breath. If one took a breath in the middle, he has not fulfilled the obligation.
Like the 90s, like hard.
Yeah. If one blew the tashrat all in one breath, he has fulfilled the obligation. However, there's some opinions who say he's not fulfilled his obligation, therefore this should be avoided. During Tkiyot Demiyoshev, during the sitting blowing, which are before Musaf, the Shvarim and Teruah should be blown in one breath, with a short pause between the Shvarim and Teruah. During the Tkiyot De'Me'omed, when we're standing during the Amidah, you should take a breath between the Shvarim and Teruah. So you hear this? There's a machloket. If Tashrat needs a breath in between, right? So you go tu. And then there's some say don't do a breath. You should do right away. Don't take a breath in between. So it's machloket. So what do? Better in the 30 that we do before Amidah, do all in one breath. And 30 during the Amidah, do without a breath. With a breath, right? So, to fulfill all the opinions. 46. If the shofar blasts were not fully clear, they were a little bit shaky, one is fulfilled the obligation. Let's say after the tefillah, you're concerned maybe you did not fulfill the mitzvah properly, maybe you didn't hear one of the blasts. You're allowed to do it after shahrit, after musaf. You can sit after the prayers and he'll blow again another 30 blasts to cover people who maybe felt that some of the shofar blasts were not good. And also there's the opinion of Rashi. Rashi holds that the shvarim is very short, very fast. We're going to discuss that next time. So maybe somebody wants to fulfill the shvarim according to Rashi, he'll go and do it after the prayers. How do you hold shofar? Shofar is in the right hand and should blow on the right side because there's a mercy, right? 50, even if you're lefty, you should do it at the right hand and the right side of the lips.